Sure. I was a junior writer at MTV when I was 23 years old, and I had a bad habit of carrying around a little one-chip video camera in my backpack everywhere I went, mostly because I'd go out and cover rock bands at night and try and pick off interviews with, people that I just wanted to hang out with. And it was just a Tuesday morning, and I happened to be out the night before covering a rock show and getting ready to bring my tapes in to log and look at stuff. And I was on the subway, and I was pretty hungover, and it was about 9 o'clock in the morning. And the train that I took was an A train that went from J Street in Brooklyn all the way up the west side of Manhattan up until it got to right outside of Times Square. And I had at that time my Discman. This is pre-iPod era. I'm dating myself. And I was just kind of hungover, and I was listening to my Walkman. And as we were downtown underneath Chambers Street, which is in lower Manhattan, the subway kept going back and forth. It went off its regular route and started going down to the World Trade Center. And I had, my move for commuting was to sit at the front of the car and just kind of lean against the wall like that and just kind of zone out. And twice the car went down to the World Trade Center, the doors opened, all these people came in, got very packed to the gills, and then it went up to Chambers Street and it let out again. And finally, after doing that 2 times, the subway took me up to 42nd Street, and I kind of got out and just was listening to my Walkman and was completely oblivious to everything, and just wanted to get to the office early and screen my tapes. And when I got to the MTV offices, there was the president of MTV, a woman named Judy McGrath, who is one of the best corporate executives in America, and she had a look on her face that I really was unfathomable. And she said, "How did you get here?" And I said, "I took the subway." And she said, "Go put on a clean shirt. You're going to be on TV in 10 minutes. And I was, the junior guy. I had no position being there. And I said, "What happened?" And she said, "Didn't you hear?" And I said, "No." She said, Twin Towers have been hit by these 2 planes. We're under attack. 20 minutes later, they evacuated the MTV building, and they told everybody to get the hell out of Times Square, and MTV ceased being MTV, and they went straight to CBS. All the subways were closed. And I had a skateboard up by my desk, which I took, and a bunch of tapes and a bunch of fresh batteries, and I had a police press pass from working in the news. And as I was up there loading my stuff together, I was watching New York 1, and I saw the first tower go down. And by the time I got down to 14th Street, the National Guard was already closing off lower Manhattan. 2 months later, I was in Afghanistan. A year and a half later, I was in Iraq. And if there's one thing that I'm voting for in this election, it's the war on terror. I'm Gideon. I'm 29 years old, and in 2008, I'm voting to make America a better place in the world.